Again, welcome to BA 99.1. Today's course is really all about, establishing your knowledge or your foundation when it comes to learning the fundamental accounting theory and practice. So the reason why it's BA 99.1, so Accounting 101 in UP is actually breaking down into two course. So 99.1 and then eventually 99.2. So, but before anything else, just wanted to say that welcome to the university. So I understand like most of us are freshmen. So they recently passed, and it's actually a very exciting beginning. So, and then for the others who are transferring from another course, welcome back to UP. So I understand because of the pandemic, you might not have the chance to have visited our campus already, but I can truly say na there's really this unique charm to UP. So hopefully in the next few years or in the next few semesters, you can actually have like face-to-face classes na so that you can really feel the excitement of what it means to be a UP student and what it means to be a scholar ng bayan. So like what I mentioned, it's a very exciting start to the sem. Nothing, parang wala pa namang masamang nangyari. Parang it's a clean slate for everyone. And there's just boundless opportunity for us to maximize and learn in the weeks to follow. So just a quick breakdown of what we're gonna be discussing today. So ayan, gets naman na parang first day of classes was yesterday, and syempre we need a lot of time to warm up. So as much as possible today, it's gonna be just as chill as possible, broken down into three parts. So if there's one thing you need to know about me, I super love framework. So for me, I think it's an app framework for today na it's called CBA. So the three things that we're gonna be doing would be number one, class introduction. So again, it's really hard. I think in one of the type forms that were submitted, one of the challenges they mentioned was, online classes are difficult. Hirap to establish like a professional or personal relationship. And therefore, I hope na we'll all work together in terms of like creating our unique atmosphere when it comes to, our synchronous and asynchronous learning. So it's a more of a give and take situation. So the very first thing that I wanted to do really is to go one round lang for everyone to just be able to share what they expect in the class, what they're excited about, what they're afraid of, what are their apprehensions, so that we can have like a more free-flowing discussion to our lectures. So that we can really set the tone for BA 99.1. Then second part is, okay, so after we get to know each other roughly, definitely we'll turn on our GC glasses on, and then we really have to take a deep dive in our syllabus. So as you know, syllabus is more of like your contract with the course and also with the class. So it's really important now we're all aligned in terms of what would the semester look like, what would be the grades breakdown, what would be the schedule of exams, and also we should also discuss like the class policy. So what would be our expectation from you, and then this would be also be the avenue for you to ask questions. Kung may mga pushbacks kayo, now's the time to really air it out. So because after this lecture, and no one has said anything about any of the class policies or anything regarding the syllabus, we will deem it as everyone acknowledges that they agree and also consent to all of the stipulations included in the syllabus. And then finally, just so that we have an easier transition to our first ever lecture on Thursday, we'll have our Accounting 101 Thoughtstarters. So for me, one of the things talaga, number one pet peeve ko as a student in UP was I hated subjects na were a waste of time. So at the very start of the lesson, or parang ngayon pa lang, I want you to appreciate or at least have a understanding on why is it important to study accounting, particularly with your course. And then with that, what would be the tips for the class na I'll try to intersperse naman across the different lectures. So now that we're all aligned in terms of like the three parts, maybe we can begin with a round of class introductions. So I think just wanted to thank everyone. So apologies. One of the things na you might know about UP. So it's the best university in the country, but in terms of like the admin stuff, medyo we need a lot of things to optimize. So apologies. Right now, we currently still don't have OVLE. So basically, what we're gonna be doing would be I will be just sending it through email, and then once you have your batch rep, we'll also course through announcements. But despite that, just wanted to thank everyone for being able to actually start answering the student profile that will be very helpful for today's class and also for the future lesson. So for the first part, I'll actually give some time to the people that haven't answered the type form or the student profile. So I included like a QR code and also a link, so a bit.ly link. And then I understand that some or around half of the class have already answered that. So to minimize that dead time, I already prepared some videos or thought starters that we can watch while the others are accomplishing the form. So for the others that haven't answered, kindly scan the QR code or type the link so that you can answer while I discuss in the next 10 minutes some important concepts to just really set the tone for the class. So you guys may do it now. Yeah. So once you've gotten the link, I think I can proceed naman na to the next step. So while you're answering, the next 10 minutes, we're just gonna be watching a video, a snippet of a TED Talk na I watch. But the very first question na people really ask when it comes to BA 99.1, kasi usually this is gonna be like one of your first few major subjects here in the university is, mahirap ba accounting? And if I had to be honest, my personal opinion would be, for me, accounting, hindi naman siya mahirap, pero sobra siyang matrabaho. So I think there's a stark difference between mahirap and matrabaho in a sense that it's actually better na it's matrabaho because you can control your level of success depending on the amount of work na you put on it every day. So in terms of expectation setting, in terms of the workload, accounting in terms of all of your subjects, definitely in terms of the course regimen, it's just the same with your other major subjects. But I think it actually demands you extra time to learn it because it's such a new concept for some of us. For those that probably took accounting classes before, you'd know na parang there's a learning curve to it. And therefore, ang key talaga here would be your day-to-day effort in terms of just honing your skills. And to set the tone while the others are answering, just wanted to share a TED Talk about procrastination. So, you know, a lot of my friends and even me when I was back in university, one of the key challenges talaga was like, sa sobrang daming subjects, sa sobrang daming requirements, you know, you can't help but cram, you know, some requirements or cram for like a long test or cram for a quiz. But for me, I just want to change your mindset now, particularly for 99.1, na cramming won't cut it. And just wanted to share this video so that you'd know what I'm talking about.
Brains of other people. And to test this, I found an MRI lab that actually let me scan both my brain and the brain of a proven non-procrastinator. And so I could compare them, and I actually brought them here to show you today. And I want you to take a look carefully to see if you can notice a difference. And I know that if you're not a trained brain expert, it's not that obvious, but just take a look, okay? So here's the brain of a non-procrastinator. Now, here's my brain. There is a difference. Both brains have a rational decision maker in them, but the procrastinator's brain also has an instant gratification monkey. Now, what does this mean for the procrastinator? Well, it means everything's fine until this happens. So the rational decision maker will make the rational decision to do something productive, but the monkey doesn't like that plan. So he actually takes the wheel and he says, actually, let's read the entire Wikipedia page of the Nancy Kerrigan-Tanya Harding scandal because I just remembered that happened. Then we're going to go over to the fridge. We're going to see if there's anything new in there since 10 minutes ago. After that, we're going to go on a YouTube spiral that starts with videos of Richard Feynman talking about magnets and ends much, much later with us watching interviews with Justin Bieber's mom. All of that's going to take a while, so we're not going to really have room on the schedule for any work today. Sorry. Now, what is going on here? The instant gratification monkey does not seem like a guy you want behind the wheel. He lives entirely in the present moment. He has no memory of the past, no knowledge of the future, and he only cares about two things: easy and fun. Now, in the animal world, that works fine. If you're a dog and you spend your whole life doing nothing other than easy and fun things, you're a huge success. And To the monkey, humans are just another animal species. He has to keep well slept, well fed, and propagating into the next generation, which in tribal times might have worked okay. But if you haven't noticed, now we're not in tribal times. We're in an advanced civilization, and the monkey does not know what that is, which is why we have another guy in our brain, the rational decision maker, who gives us the ability to do things no other animal can do. We can visualize the future. We can see the big picture. We can make long-term plans. And he wants to take all of that into account. And he wants to just have us do whatever makes sense to be doing right now. Now, sometimes it makes sense to be doing things that are easy and fun, like when you're having dinner or going to bed or enjoying well-earned leisure time. That's why there's an overlap. Sometimes they agree. But other times, it makes much more sense to be doing things that are harder and less pleasant for the sake of the big picture, and that's when we have a conflict. And for the procrastinator, that conflict tends to end a certain way every time, leaving him spending a lot of time in this orange zone, an easy and fun place that's entirely out of the make sense circle. I call it the dark playground. Now, the dark playground is a place that all of you procrastinators out there know very well. It's where leisure activities happen at times when leisure activities are not supposed to be happening. The fun you have in the dark playground isn't actually fun because it's completely unearned and the air is filled with guilt, dread, anxiety, self-hatred, all those good procrastinator feelings. And the question is, in this situation with the monkey behind the wheel, how does the procrastinator ever get himself over here to this blue zone? A less pleasant place, but where really important things happen. Well, it turns out that the procrastinator has a guardian angel, someone who's always looking down on him and watching over him in his darkest moments, someone called the panic monster. Now, the panic monster is dormant most of the time, but he suddenly wakes up anytime a deadline gets too close or there's danger of public embarrassment, a career disaster, or some other scary consequence. And importantly, he's the only thing that the monkey is terrified of. Now, he became very relevant in my life pretty recently because the people of TED reached out to me about 6 months ago and invited me to do a TED Talk. Now, of course, I said yes. It's always been a dream of mine to have done a TED Talk in the past. But in the middle of all this excitement, the rational decision maker seemed to have something else on his mind. He was saying, are we clear on what we just accepted? Do we get what's going to be now happening one day in the future? We need to sit down and work on this right now. And the monkey said, totally agree, but also let's just open Google Earth and let's zoom into the bottom of India, like 200 feet above the ground, and we're going to scroll up for 2.5 hours till we get to the top of the country so we can get a better feel for India. So that's what we did that day. As 6 months turned into 4, and then 2, and then 1, the people of TED decided to release the speakers. And I opened up the website, and there was my face staring right back at me, and guess who woke up? So the panic monster starts losing his mind, and a few seconds later, the whole system's in mayhem. And the monkey, who, remember, he's terrified of the panic monster, boom, he's up the tree. And finally, the rational decision maker can take the wheel and I can start working on the talk. Now, the panic monster explains all kinds of pretty insane procrastinator behavior, like how someone like me could spend 2 weeks unable to start the opening sentence of a paper and then miraculously find the unbelievable work ethic to stay up all night and write 8 pages. And this entire situation with the 3 characters, this is the procrastinator's system. It's not pretty, but in the end, it works. And this is what I decided to write about on the blog just a couple years ago. Now, when I did, I was amazed by the response. Literally thousands of emails came in from all different kinds of people, from all over the world, doing all different kinds of things. These were people who were nurses and bankers and painters and engineers and lots of PhD students. And they were all writing saying the same thing. I have this problem too. But what struck me was the contrast between the light tone of the post and the heaviness of these emails. These people were writing with intense frustration about what procrastination had done to their lives, about what this monkey had done to them. And I thought about this, and I said, if the procrastinator system works, then what's going on? Why are all these people in such a dark place? Well, it turns out that there's two kinds of procrastination. Everything I've talked about today, the examples I've given, they all have deadlines. And when there's deadlines, the effects of procrastination are contained to the short term because the panic monster gets involved. But there's a second kind of procrastination that happens in situations when there is no deadline. So if you want to have a career where you want to be a self-starter, something in the arts, something entrepreneurial, there's no deadlines on those things at first because nothing's happening at first, not until you've gone out and done the hard work to get some momentum, to get things going. There's also all kinds of important things outside of your career that don't involve any deadlines, like seeing your family or exercising and taking care of your health, working on your relationship or getting out of a relationship that isn't working. Now, if the procrastinator's only mechanism of doing these hard things is the panic monster, that's a problem because in all of these non-deadline situations, the panic monster doesn't show up. He has nothing to wake up for. So the effects of procrastination, they're not contained. They just extend outward forever. And it's this long-term kind of procrastination that's much less visible and much less talked about than the funnier, short-term, deadline-based kind. It's usually suffered quietly and privately. And it can be the source of a huge amount of long-term unhappiness and regrets. And I thought, that's why these people are emailing, and that's why they're in such a bad place. It's not that they're cramming for some project. It's that long-term procrastination has made them feel like a spectator at times in their own lives. The frustration was not that they couldn't achieve their dreams, it's that they weren't even able to start chasing them. So I read these emails and I had a little bit of an epiphany that I don't think non-procrastinators exist. That's right, I think all of you are procrastinators. Now, you might not all be a mess, like some of us, and some of you may have a healthy relationship with deadlines. But remember, the monkey's sneakiest trick is when the deadlines aren't there. Now, I want to show you one last thing. I call this a life calendar. That's one box for every week of a 90-year life. That's not that many boxes, especially since we've already used a bunch of those. So I think we need to all take a long, hard look at that calendar. And we need to think about what we're really procrastinating on, because everyone is procrastinating on something in life. We need to stay aware of the instant gratification monkey. That's a job for all of us. And because there's not that many boxes on there, it's a job that should probably start today. Well, maybe not today, but sometime soon. Thank you.
Yeah. So, yeah, apologies, medyo nagkaroon ng technical difficulty. But I hope you were able to watch some of majority of what he was trying to say. And then just wanted to say thank you also to Sky for linking the link. But in essence, the reason why I wanted to share that quick TED Talk while we were waiting for the others to complete their form was that for me, one of the things that resonated was that he wasn't actually debunking whether, cramming or procrastinating is a bad thing. Some people are just really great crammers. Parang I have a lot of friends na, papasok lang sila to class parang for the exam, pull an all-nighter and then get an uno. But then I think in college, one of the most important things that you'll be able to learn is really establishing habits. When the pandemic hit, I think a lot of my batchmates had a hard time adjusting because it really depended on the habits that they built in class and also in university on how they were adjusting to work from home. Because again, at the same way na, our online classes are work at your own pace, work from home is also working at your own pace. So my challenge for everyone today is really assess what you think is valuable and make sure that you're spending every minute of your life, pursuing that passion. So for me, as someone that's, teaching accounting, for me, time is your greatest asset. So I want to make sure that you spend it on things worth doing. And hopefully, in terms of like, as we go through all of our accounting lectures, you'll be able to see the value of what we're trying to accomplish, on why we're trying to really instill with you like world caliber accounting knowledge. So that in the future, we'll actually be able to use it not only in our personal lives, but really creating an impact when it comes to the society at large and the businesses that will be operating or actually running in the future. So with that said, now's the time to actually take the time to take a step back and for us to introduce ourselves. So for this quick round robin, I'll start sharing my screen after a while. But in terms of like what I'll be requesting for everyone, kindly share the following details. So definitely your full name, your nickname, so what you want to be called in life. So why UP and CBA? So what is the inkling of your dream? Do you have like a passion, or do you just have like a short-term goal in terms of like what you expect in terms of your UP life? Third would be like a future career envisioning. And then 4 and 5, an interesting fact you'd like to share in the class so that it would be easier to remember. And then number 5 would be, what would be your favorite pizza? And if you had like a criteria on how to defend why it's the best kind of pizza, what would be your different sets of criteria? So at this point, I want to request everyone to take note of the 5 things, because I'll stop sharing after I introduce myself. So definitely in accounting, I'll go first, and then I'll ask the class to go second. So give and take. So just a quick introduction to everyone. So hi, I'm Adrian Fajardo. I graduated BAA 2018 from UP. So in terms of my UP life, in terms of I'd say na more than like an accounting student, I really was more of like tambay ng orgs. So I wanted to pursue a lot of organizations like JMA, dabbled also into ISEC, but ultimately my passion led me to CAP, so a very active member of career assistance program. So it really talked about like establishing your future goals, helping students find their dreams and find their purpose. And then aside from that, I love joining competitions. So marketing competition. So was super lucky to be part of the winning PANA national team. So we won that year. And also a part of the HSBC national team also, that we also won. So both marketing cases and consulting cases, we were able to win during our stint. And we actually represented the Philippines abroad to compete internationally. So right now, what I'm doing is I'm a growth director at Bullish Launch Agency. So it's a boutique consulting agency, primarily dealing with digital marketing and sometimes mga business cases. So generally what I do is just assess what would be the growth drivers, particularly in terms of their digital marketing efforts, and then to scale it up into the future. Aside from this, I am also currently taking masters. So, I can also resonate with the pain points of mga online classes. Honestly, gets ko naman na mahirap or medyo nakakatamad and very challenging. So currently, I'm taking my master's at Harvard Management Graduate Program. So I'm trying to also benchmark in terms of like the kinds of the way we're gonna be learning the lessons on parang how my profs are teaching rin in my master's class. So hopefully, that will really help in terms of like driving the impact and the key insights na I want us to deliver when it comes to establishing our foundation for accounting. Then lastly, interesting fact about me. So I'm colorblind. So actually, one of the things na I'm known for is I'm super passionate about creating PowerPoint. So kindly let me know kung parang medyo sobrang arte na ng mga slides or sakto lang naman na, saktong helpful. But I'm really a fan of like breaking down concepts. But one of the challenges na I experience is like hirap ako sa color, parang picking the palette. So I'm a fan of color picker sa Canva or sa PowerPoint. And then second, favorite pizza. Well, my favorite pizza would be Greenwich ham and cheese. So ever since I was a kid. So if I had a criteria, I think it's affordability, sobrang mura, pero sobrang sarap, so classic taste, and very simple to make and to also order. So with that said, that just ends my quick introduction. So if you have any questions, feel free. But maybe now we can go in terms of like the round robin. So basically, I'll just go alphabetical from here. So we'll start with Alexandra and then work our way down to Zedric. Yeah. So at this point, I'll stop sharing my screen and then I'll turn you over to Alexandra. Hi, Alexandra. Good morning.
Good morning. Hi, everyone. So my name is Alexandra Lim, but please call me Alex. I chose UP because of the free tuition and quality education. My mom was from UP, so she was mostly the one who really pushed me to apply to UP. And then YCBA. I'm from BSBA, by the way. I like the versatility of the program. There's many different careers related to it. And then for my future career, I'm not really sure yet. But maybe in marketing or something related. And then an interesting fact about me, I think um I've climbed Mount Pulag once with my dad. So yeah. And then my favorite pizza would be Hawaiian and four cheese. That's all.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, so definitely, yeah, I think naman, for me, one of the appeals talaga of UP is, aside from the free tuition, hindi naman tinitipid the education. So hopefully, like not only in this class, but also in your other classes, you'll be able to see na really world class yung mga lessons na we're doing. Next we go. Sorry, wait. There, Anna. Hi, Anna. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Oh, rinig po ba? And so my name is Anna Teresa Natalie Obalmes, but you can call me Anna. And then why UP? Because it's been a dream of me and my family as well as my extended family for me to go here kasi dito din po sila nag-aral. And why CBA? Because since always wanted to study in UP Diliman, ito yung option na nag-offer ng business courses po. And my future career, I've always wanted to be an accountant, but this is my chance to explore if I'm interested in other po na business field. Interesting fact, ay wala pa akong kilite. Ay, pero yung buong family ko po is makiliti po sila. And then favorite pizza is margarita, but I don't eat it often because it's expensive. Ayun lang po. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anna. So yeah, so I think same with so for our first two, I think they mentioned that the perks talaga of BA is like the flexibility. So I think naman 99 is very flexible in terms of like what career you want. So hopefully you'll be able to appreciate it rin in the next few sessions. So next would be Clarence. Thank you so much, Anna. Next would be Clarence. Hi, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Good morning, sir. Good morning, classmates. So, my full name is Clarence Martin C. Basco. You can call me Clarence para hindi na kayo mapagod. So, I chose UP and CBA because, honestly, I only applied to two universities. So, pinili ko na ang UP, mas makakatipid. But, yeah, and honestly, I chose UP then because there's like I was in my previous school kasi I was there for 12 whole years. So from grade school hanggang high school nandun na ako. So parang I wanted to have a change. Parang I wanted to see how I would deal with a new environment, a new culture, new people. So ayun. So I chose CBA because honestly I'm really undecided with my life, like so I chose business ad because business is something interesting. I mean, I find because my mom works with my mom works in as an employee in a business, so parang when I see how she works, she's really dedicated, and I see that the company she works in is a really safe and really nice environment. So that's why I chose CBA, because I have a lot of inspiration from my mom. So ayun. So for future career, so as mentioned, I'm very undecided. So I'm really not sure, but ano mo feeling ko hindi ako magiging doktor. Basta yun. I won't become a doctor. Yun na ang certain because I'm scared of blood. So, ayun. Siguro yun ang interesting fact ko. I'm a bit scared of blood. So, ayun. So, favorite pizza. Okay. So, medyo, but I like Hawaiian pizza. So, ayun, kung ayaw nyo Hawaiian, edi don't. But yeah, so I like Hawaiian kasi like I like the sweetness of pineapple together with with the like how salty the cheese is. Parang sweet and salty, 'di ba? Yun ang masarap, 'di ba? So, ayun, that's why I like Hawaiian pizza the most. So, ayun, thank you.
Thank you so much, Clarence. So actually, yun, so we have two different contexts. So merong iba parang whole family, parang UP, yung ano, and then other people naman parang spend their whole lives in high school or grade school, parang 12 years. And then they wanted like a change in environment. So actually, same. So don't worry kung wala pa kayong idea of parang what you want to do in the future. Parang it's okay. Parang kakagraduate nyo na ng like high school. Like for me, same with Clarence actually. Same, spent 12 years also in an all boys school. And then parang I felt like I needed like a change of pace. So parang I went to UP and then I picked BAA because like my high school friends lang parang said na parang if you're unsure, just go BAA and then you'll get to decide naman what your what to specialize on. So for those that still don't know or want to dabble or want to explore a lot, yun, definitely, this will offer you like the breadth. BA will offer you the breadth. Pero also, in terms of like orgs, go out and ask your upperclassmen. Meet more alumni also so that you can get to know more about ano ba yung mga real world impacts, ano yung mga subjects na you need to take, so that you can pursue like yung mga careers that interest you. Yeah. So thank you so much, Clarence. Next, we can go to Frances. Yeah, good morning. Or Denise. Yeah.
Good morning po. Good morning, everyone. So, ayun. My name is Francis Denise Juan, but you guys can call me Denise na lang po. So, why UP and CBA? Similar naman po to Clarence, UP will be a change of environment for me, considering that it is known to be an avenue to meet different people from different walks of life. And BSBA naman po is my first choice kasi I believe na my personality matches or fits the field of business. So medyo competitive ako and like eager talaga to pursue my passions, and I think talaga business is the best fit for me. I'm also undecided, so I don't have a specific future career na I want to pursue. Pero I think my journey in UP will help me find myself and identify which aspect or industry I want to be a part of. So yun. As you said po, sir, by joining organizations or meeting new people, I can help myself holistically know myself, and then I'll just choose na lang within my journey po sa UP. An interesting fact about myself po is nung nasa elementary ako, I joined multiple varsities. So I started po sa basketball, then I changed to swimming, wall climbing, chess. I also competed po sa mga academic competitions, so math, ganyan, science. And until I found my passion na po for dance. So I was stuck na po sa dance ever since grade 8. So yan. And then I am a competitive dancer who trains as well. So yan. And then my favorite pizza po would be cheese. Kasi, sorry, ang basic ko po yata if I choose cheese. Pero, ewan ko po, yun lang favorite ko. Thank you po.
Thank you so much, Denise. So yeah, so actually no if you're really into sports, I don't know if mag-implement na now because face to face. Pero one of the fun traditions in BA would be bakbakan. So parang basically parang batch competition siya. So first year against, second year against, hanggang all the way until fifth year. Tapos parang it's fun kasi parang pati yung mga seniors sobrang sineseryoso nila. And if you're really into dance, I'm not sure if parang cheer dance is something that falls under that. Pero cheer dance is like one of the parang highlights of bakbakan. So baka you might be interested also in parang joining or parang even leading yung mga routines, because I think yun, at least once I encourage everyone to parang try and be super active during bakbakan. Sobrang fun naman niya. Yeah. So thank you so much, Denise. Next, we can go to Jairus. Hi.
Hello po. I am Jairus Marlin Illumin. You can call me Russ. And I chose UP because ito lang yung afford namin. And I really like the program I got into, which is business ad. Now, why CBA? Because parang same with the others, then di ako sure if what I want to become. And I find CBA a flexible program. Pero right now, I'm kind of leaning towards to either marketing or finance. Now, and interesting fact about me is, nung bata ako, straight yung buhok ko. Then, pinakalbo ako nung grade school. Tapos, nung tumubo siya, kulot na ako. Ayun. So, now, for my favorite pizza, siguro I'm with Clarence on this one. I like Hawaiian kasi hindi siya nakakaumay for me. Ayun. Yun lang. Thank you.
Thank you, Russ. Yeah. So, yeah. Thank you for that fun fact. So, actually, nakakatawa na kumulot. So, take note sa mga taong gusto magpakalbo. Baka mag-iba yung hairstyle niyo. Baka magkaroon kayo semi-perm like Russ. Yeah. So, next, thank you so much, Russ, would be Jeremy. Hi, Jeremy.
Hi po, I'm Jeremy Kaylin L. Lopez. You can call me Kaylin. I chose UP because of the free quality education it provides. And like everyone na nauna sa akin, I also want a change of environment since nung high school din po, high school to senior high school, I've been in the same institution. So, I want to step out of my comfort zone po. And then for my why CBA? Kasi nung senior high po, I got drawn to the practice of overseeing and managing a business, and especially in terms of marketing. So for my future career, I might get into marketing po. And an interesting fact about me is that I like being organized and I like managing my tasks po very much. So, ayun, I like doing to-do lists and all that. And yung favorite pizza ko, basic din pero cheese pizza po kasi you can never go wrong with cheese pizza. And pero gusto ko rin yung garlic shrimp pizza ng SNR. Pero minsan ko lang din po yun nakakain. So, ayun. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kaylin. Yeah, so actually, it's good na you mentioned na you like being organized. So for me, parang accounting, pausihan lang naman to eh. Parang the more organized your notes, parang the easier it is for you to accomplish. And then it's good na you also had like parang experience na also with like helping out in the business. I think naman na in terms of like a lot of majors in BA, yung appreciation nyo kasi would come talaga once you start your internship, ganun. So I don't know how competitive na yung generation now. Pero kami kasi, ano ba, parang second year pa lang people, or third year, second year pa lang people started interning. So, definitely not naman to the level of like an intern. Parang helping out in a family business really will help you parang develop an appreciation. Parang lang it's not all theory, pero there's also like a practical aspect. Yeah. So thank you so much, Kaylin, for sharing. Next we go to Joris. Hi, Joris.
Hi po, good morning. I'm Joris I'm Magbag. You can call me Jor. And I chose UP because of its free tuition and quality education. Actually po, sa state univs lang ako nag-apply for college kasi hindi po namin afford yung may tuition talaga. And I chose CBA naman po because like others, it's flexible. And wala po talaga ako something in mind. Actually, nung nag-a-apply, um, nung nag-a-apply po, ABM student po ako noon since ABM is flexible din po. And gusto ko na lang po kumuha ng something aligned sa business. So, nung pumipili ako ng course, ng program, ang mga mostly po na nandun is accounting or business administration, mga ganun po. And hindi ko na po kaya yung accounting. I mean, nung senior high school, sobrang nahihirapan ako sa kanya. So sabi ko, hindi ko iti-take to. Hindi ko siya iti-take as first choice. So I go na lang po with business administration. Then future career, I'm thinking of something in between finance, marketing, or human resource po. And one interesting fact about me is that I love collecting memorabilias. And favorite pizza, Hawaiian din po like others. Yes, to pineapples on pizza. Yun lang po. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jor. So actually, marami rin akong batchmates na nag-BA kasi sobrang ayaw talaga nila ng accounting. So, pero yun, parang walang iwas. Parang it's parang one of the parang required pa rin across all. So for us, I'll try to make it as painless as possible. Pero syempre, there will be still a lot of effort. Pero hopefully, we'll be able to parang find a way to appreciate in a new way para mas madali natin ma-absorb so that maganda na yung foundation. And I think naman second time around, baka you'll find it parang baka easier or parang mas ano kasi I think sanayan lang naman siya. Yeah. But thank you so much for sharing, Jor. Yeah. Next we can go to Kiara. Hi.
Hi, I'm Kiara. I chose UP because I wanted to learn and grow not only in academic knowledge, but also in becoming more aware and in touch with the different realities and issues surrounding us. And then I chose CBA because I wanted to have a strong foundation in business to help me in my future career. And related to that, I really enjoy cooking and eating and basically the experience of food. So it's been a goal and a dream for me to put up my own restaurant or business. So I guess that's what I really look forward to. And then an interesting fact about me is that I don't drink coffee because it makes me dizzy and palpitate. So I drink matcha na lang. And then last, my favorite pizza would be anything with barbecue and chicken. I want it to be thin crust and nothing too overloaded kasi minsan nahuhulog na. And yeah, that's it.
Thank you so much, Kiara. So actually, yeah, for pizza, you mentioned that you like cooking. So actually, one of my passion projects with my girlfriend is parang we also like cooking. Parang if you've ever tried yung mga parang uuni, yung parang it's like, ano ba yung uuni? Parang it's a pizza oven. Parang super fun rin to like have a parang to try it out and actually create pizza using that. So baka you can also look into that. I'll try to so I'll mention it na lang later in terms of like yung sa finals or sa ano. But yun, very exciting. And then definitely in terms of like so I have a lot of clients na business. Ay na restaurants, pero there's a fun aspect to running restaurants like cooking and all, parang thinking about like the monthly menu. Pero there's also the parang business aspect of it. And na parang kailangan yung cogs mo maganda, etc., etc. So I think naman even though yun yung mga passions natin, there's still a huge connect pa rin to what we're about to learn for this semester. So thank you so much, Kiara. Next we can go to Kirsten. Hi, good morning.
Hi. So my name is Kirsten Oy, but you can just call me Kirsten. And I chose UP because it's something out of my comfort zone, and I'll be able to meet all people of all walks of life, and I'll have access to its great alumni network, join orgs, and overall, I think it's a great place for holistic personal growth and self-discovery. I chose CBA naman kasi it molds its students to be generalists and it allows us to dabble into different fields. As for my future career, I think I'll get into marketing and consulting because I'm kind of scared of numbers. But eventually I want to start my own business. An interesting fact about me is that I'm allergic to cereal, but I still eat it anyways. And as for my favorite pizza, I really like pepperoni and basta any pizza with stringy cheese. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kirsten. So, paano yun? Pag nag-cereal ka, like, onti lang or parang you have to take like antihistamine after?
I just cross my fingers.
Okay. Pero I heard, well, not a medical advice, pero I think I heard now parang if you take it small doses, you'll get used to it. I don't know, parang that's what I heard from other people na like eating their allergies. Pero syempre, ingat pa rin. Yeah. So, I'll consult my siblings about that when it comes to mga medical, whatever. Yeah. But yeah, like definitely sobrang sarap ng cereal. I can't imagine life without cereal or coffee. So those to the one rin na never doesn't drink coffee, parang for me those are like super integral parts of the day. So thank you so much, Kirsten. Next we can go to Lance. Hi, good morning, Lance.
My name is Lance Angelo Di Barlongay, but you can call me Lance for short. So I chose UP because I wanted to have access to free quality education, and it is known that UP is a microcosm of Philippine society. So I also wanted to experience that, like dive into the real world, and I chose CBA because uh, uh, as some would have said a while ago, CBA it allows us to uh, go into more general career paths, and also maybe because of its practicality na rin. So a future career, actually ever since I wanted to become a pilot, so I want to go into the aviation field, but I also want to experience how it is to manage businesses, and hence why I picked CBA. An interesting fact about me, probably I used to have a scar on my forehead, parang Harry Potter, pero as in gitnang-gitna ng forehead ko, pero ngayon hindi na naman masyado halata. So yeah. And my favorite pizza is the garlic shrimp pizza of SNR.
Okay.
Thank
So,
you.
yeah. Thank you so much, Lance. So, ayun. So, dalawa na yung parang nag-garlic shrimp SNR. So, yeah, definitely, I actually thank you for bringing that up. Yun, narinig ko rin yun a lot when I was a freshman. Parang, UP is like the microcosm of the Philippines. And honestly, now that I've been working, parang totoo naman. Like, even sa mga elections ng UP, parang very microcosm nga siya. And then yeah, definitely I think if you still want to pursue parang aviation or parang being a pilot, definitely you can still go for it. I think a lot of people mentioned either they don't know what to do or parang it's all about establishing parang being generalists. Right now, for me, I'm not a fan kasi of like one job lang. So for me, parang in developing your side hustles or even your side investment, super important talaga na everyone should know basic accounting kasi sobrang yun yung mga sakit ng ulo ng mga tao eh. So hopefully parang when in the future you'll be able to use this rin in terms of like other passions while you're also doing the dream job na you want. Yeah. So thank you so much, Lance. Next we can go to Lance Villarreal. Yeah. Hi.
Hi, good morning everyone. I'm Lance Christian Villarreal. Parang maiba naman, you guys can call me LV. That's what my friends used to call me in high school. So why UP? Actually, I wasn't supposed to go to UP. It was kind of a spur of the moment thing because I didn't expect to get in, and well, it felt like the right choice at the time. I still feel the same way though. Why CBA? Actually, my mom studied in UP, speech comm. She was gonna shift to BA, but then he didn't let her because apparently, according to her, she was too much of an asset. But I doubt it. Um, so I guess you can say I'm living my mom's dream. In terms of future career, uh, I plan to go to law school after I graduate, and actually, childhood dream of my cousins and I were to start our own law firm. So hopefully in the future. Interesting fact about me is I have more than 10 dogs, namely Chow Chows, and there are more to come because my family breeds and shows dogs. So if you guys want a puppy, yeah, just hit me up. Favorite pizza? Actually, I'm not picky when it comes to pizza, but I hate peppers. I do not like peppers on my pizza. So if you give me peppers on my pizza, yeah, I hate you. Joke lang. Charot. Yeah, that's all.
Thank you so much, LV. So, yeah. So, yeah. So, definitely, if you guys want parang dogs, feel free to just contact LV. Yeah. And then, yeah, law school. So, actually, ako rin, my plan talaga before was after BAA, I'd go law school. And one of the things I can tell you would be people from business background, particularly those in accounting, sobrang kinakain nila yung law school because ang pinakamahirap na subject sa law school would be tax. So parang if you're parang that's the goal na you have in mind, it's really worth it now to invest pa lang now to really understand yung mga tax, ganyan. And then the business side. Because dun na ako confuse yung mga tao in law school eh. So I think it's also good na you're widening your scope so that you can also bring in something new for your future plan. Yeah, so thank you so much, LV. Moving on, we can go to Ludwig. Hi, good morning.
Hello, sir, and everyone. My name is Ernst Ludwig Salyaman, but you can call me Ludwig or Luds, kayo na bahala. And so, why UP? Syempre, quality of education, and why CBA? Because yun nga po, ang lawak nung scope nung CBA. It's sa future career po kasi I'm not yet sure kung saang field po. Pero one thing I'm sure is, ayoko sa accounting field kasi, ayun nga. So, an interesting fact about me is UP was not my first choice talaga, and di ako nakapasok ng UP through the traditional application. I got in through the university sa varsity program po kasi I'm part of the table tennis team. So basically parang I was recruited lang po, parang ganun. Then favorite pizza siguro is cheese kasi it's a classic eh. Yeah, you can never go wrong with it naman eh. So yun lang po, sir.
Thank you so much, Ludwig. So yan, definitely parang interesting. So not sure kung sa Bakbakan merong table tennis, but I think sports in general, it's a fun experience. And then definitely took note na of the people. So I understand naman, like particularly BA, parang syempre mayroon na tayong mga preconceived notions against accounting. So again, like what I mentioned, let's work together para hindi siya ganun hassle when it comes to our majors. Yeah. Thank you so much, Ludwig, or Ludes. Next we go to Sky. Yeah. Hi, good morning.
Hello, good morning. My name is Manuel P. De Los Santos III, but my friends call me Sky. Now, why UPCBA? Besides for the free tuition, which is a definite plus, I wanted to contribute to my family's business, and what better way to do that than to learn the foundations of business? As to my career prospects, I want to land a job somewhere in either management, marketing, human resources, and eventually I want to manage my own business. An interesting fact about me is that I like to produce music, mostly electronic music, and my favorite kind of pizza is the round kind of pizza. Yeah, I like that kind of pizza. All right, thank you.
Thank you so much, Sky. So when you say round pizza, you hate yung parang there's this new kind of pizza place na yung parang they offer like square cut.
It doesn't mean that I hate those kind of pizza. I prefer the conventional
Prefer.
pizza. Po.
Okay, got it. And then parang pag parties, you want it na slice talaga, not the parang square cut. Or hindi naman.
Either way, basta my pizza.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Sky. Yeah. So I think a lot of you also mentioned na they're into marketing. So definitely for marketing, syempre it's more fun in terms of like creating big ideas. Pero one of the things na I just wanted to say is that in the real world, it's very unlike marketing competitions in the sense na it will always go back to your bottom line. So parang how much revenues, how many impressions can you get, what's your return on ad spend. So for those that are really looking into marketing, there's still value in learning accounting or finance particularly. Kasi that would be your basis in terms of justifying your execution. So for example, I'm not sure if you've seen yung Soul Station in Netflix, the one in EDSA. So definitely sobrang laki ng pera na ginastos nila dun. But then everything's probably justified by how many people passed by EDSA, how many brand awareness that generated, how many people actually tried it, and then they have like a one-to-one correspondence also to the revenue it generates in terms of like the views. So parang i-correlate nila yung parang they launch the gas station to the people who actually watch the shows. So for those that are into marketing, I agree with the sentiment that's being shared now na it always helps to be generalists. Let's not parang shut out accounting particularly kasi we think it's super far or very numbery. Kasi in the real world, talagang madami lang naman siyang cross interactions. So thank you so much, Kai. We can move on to Marco. Yeah. Morning.
Hi po. Hello. Can you
Yeah.
hear me?
I can hear you.
Good morning. My name is Marco Villamor, but you can just call me Marco. So I chose UP because I want to learn and grow with its diverse community. I chose CBA naman because of the variety of options it offers in terms of job opportunities after college. For my future career, like most of us, I'm still uncertain. Pero for now, I see myself working in marketing. And then an interesting fact about me is that I don't like eating lechon. And then for my favorite pizza, I also like the garlic and shrimp pizza from SNR. Yan lang po. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Marco. So, you don't eat lechon. So, have you ever tried like yung mga conchinilla? Yung parang inaano ng plato?
Yes po.
Hindi mo rin gusto.
Yung balat lang po.
Balat lang. Yeah, actually same. Not a fan of lechon also. Like my family super loves parang mga cochinillo. Pero for me, parang not a fan also. Parang naawa rin ako dun sa mga biik na sacrifice. Well, anyways, yeah. So thank you so much, Marco. Moving on, Maria. Yeah, good morning.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Maria Victoria Lopez, and you can call me Mayvic. So, Maria Victoria. And why UP? I have 3 reasons for choosing UP, or siguro UP Diliman. First is because I feel like it's very near to our house. So, hindi na ako masyado malilate, hopefully. And then, second is, of course, the free quality education. And then third is because of my sister. She also goes to UP. And right now, I really can't be apart with her. As in, bumabangon ako sa umaga para lang i-annoy siya. Parang ganun. Okay, tapos, why CBA? Since I'm not too sure of which industry I want to go to when I finish, I feel like this course will prepare me for more job opportunities in various fields. So, ayun. Interesting fact is, I'd say I adapt quickly because of the fact that I've been a student athlete ever since grade school. Tapos, siguro another interesting fact for me is that when I was around 8 or 9 years old, I shaved my eyebrows bald. Kasi hindi ko alam. Akala ko hindi gumagana yung shaver. So, tinry ko siya nung bata ko and nakalbo ako. Tapos kinabukasan, meron akong, syempre pag bata, di ba, beauty pageant. Boom. Yung pangkilay pa man din ng nanay ko is brown. So, pumasok ko sa school, isang kilay ko light brown, tapos yung isa black. So, ayun. Kala ng mga tao may sakit ako. Ganun. Okay. Sorry, daldal. Last is favorite pizza. I don't have a favorite pizza kasi I'm a huge pizza lover, as in like huge pizza fan. So, feel like I can't discriminate against any flavors. So, ayun. Baka ma-hurt sila. So, ayun. Yun lang. Thank you!
Thank you so much, Vivek. So, super funny nung story. So, naahit mo yung kilay mo. Pero pag tubo niya, parang straight pa rin siya. Or naging curly rin, katulad nung sa other.
Actually po, hindi ko po siya naahit. Inahit ko po siya. Kasi nakikita ko po nag-shave yung tatay ko. Tapos sabi ko, paano ba gumagana? Paano ba nag-work yun?
Na-curious, oo.
So na-curious po ako. Tapos hindi ko alam, siguro my thought process was, saan kaya yung hindi mapapansin? Hindi ko alam ba't ko tinry sa kilay. So,
pero okay lang naman. At least may funny story. Now, yeah. Thank you so much, Mayvic. Yeah. Next, we can go to Mika. Yeah. Hi.
Good morning. So I am Mika Atasha Narcon, and you can call me Tash. Why UP? Supposedly, I was about to go to Ateneo, but UP result came, so why not grab it, considering that it has no tuition fee and it offers the best quality education, knowing na it is the #1 university in the Philippines. And I think UP will help me to become progressive and vocal individual. Kasi parang ang daming org sa UP na pinaglalaban talaga yung karapatan ng bawat Pilipino and patuloy na nilalaban yung mga oppression and injustices na nangyayari sa bansa natin dahil sa abuse dahil sa abusive system na meron sa atin. And why CBA? I chose CBA kasi I know na it will help me explore business and financial world even more. And in terms of future career, I really wanted to establish my own business and do marketing related stuff. And one interesting fact about me is I feel the need to check out something in Lazada or Shopee whenever I encounter minor inconvenience. And lastly, my favorite pizza flavor is creamy spinach deep pizza from Angels. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tash. So actually, super relate sa parang revenge shopping. So, yun, ingat na lang sa mga 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11. Yeah, and then actually Angel's Pizza, syempre, one of the classics also. So thank you so much, Tash. Next we move on to MJ. Yeah. Hi, good morning, MJ.
Hi, good morning. My name is Maria Justin Zabalia. You can call me MJ. So I chose UP because I believe that UP will be able to provide me quality education and hone my skills that will help me in the future. My dad also studied in UP, so he convinced me to study here. I chose this course because the lessons will prepare me for my possible career in the business field. So for my future career, I haven't fully decided yet, but so far I'm interested to become an accountant or anything related to finance. Then one fact about me is that I think I'm the youngest in our course. And lastly, my favorite pizza is yellow cab since I like my pizza thin crust like Kiara.
Thank you so much, MJ. I'm just curious, why do you think you're the youngest? Is it because December yung birthday mo? Or
No po. Mostly po kasi when we were talking about our age po, I'm the only one who just turned 17 and most of them are 18 or 19 po.
So everyone's here is 18 na. Kasi because of K-12. Because I think back in my day, puro 16 yung mga batchmates ko. Tapos kami yung parang medyo gurang 18. But yeah, I think naman it's fun. It's more fun like UP when you're younger. Parang more time to enjoy the university. And then knock on wood, sana hindi naman parang maximum residency. But yeah, no worries naman, MG. Parang one of the smartest people in our batches were the younger ones. Yeah. So thank you so much, MJ. Next would be Nina. Yeah. Hi, good morning.
Hi everyone. I am Nina Isabel E. de la Cruz. My nickname is Nina, but you may call me Isabel for a change. UP has always been my dream school because it is undoubtedly one of the top performing universities here. And I thought being a UP student would be a challenge that would help me grow. I also think that I can learn so much, not just from the professors, but also from the other students with different views and backgrounds. And then why CBA? I am a shiftee from BS Math actually, but I decided to shift to BSBA because it offers a wide range of career opportunities that are inclined to my interest. Although in the future, I really want to become an accountant. That's why I'm planning to shift again to business ad and accountancy next year. And then an interesting fact about me, I think, is that I'm sorry, but I do not like pineapple. So Hawaiian pizza is obviously not my favorite. I can choose one, but two of my favorites are cream cheese pizza and scallop primo from Shakey's. Actually, as long as it has cheese without pineapples.
Yes. Yeah, thank you so much, Isabel. So actually, yun. So thank you also for sharing. So definitely we'll try to support you, in parang finding parang the course that you really want. And then another thing to note. So I don't know if it's good news or bad news for everyone, pero BA99.1 is departmental. So what does that mean? So, 'di ba, there's BA and there's BAA. And then you'd argue na parang in 99 dapat mas mahirap sa BAA because that's their parang focus, and then sa BA hindi. But no, parang across all sections, regardless kung B or BAA, it's departmental. So in terms of like the level of expectation, particularly in such a fundamental business course, we really want to hone in talaga good insight and good knowledge to all students, regardless kung BA or BAA. So for those that are interested in shifting, this is the time na parang, you know, you really get to experience rin parang what it is to parang really focus on accounting, and then it will also be a good stepping stone if you want to shift. Alternatively, for the people, well, hindi naman kasi I don't think there's any BAA. Alternatively, this should also be your litmus test whether this is something that you really like or not, because parang this is just like a tip of the iceberg. So yun, parang very exciting. And hopefully parang to those that hate accounting, you learn to love it, or to those who want to shift, they'll continue wanting to shift, or hindi sila ma-dissuade with the lessons or the lectures. Yeah. So thank you so much, Isabel. Next would be Sophia. Hi. Good morning.
Hello everyone. Good morning. Rinig po ba? Sorry.
Yeah,
Ayan.
rinig naman.
Hello. Hello, I'm Soph. As to why UP, nung freshie ako may sagot ako dyan, pero ngayon na second year hindi ko na rin alam. Joke. Siguro quality education. And then, syempre, yun nga, sabi nila, free tuition. So, hindi ako tatanggi. Tapos, I chose CBA kasi, like many of you have said na rin kanina, it doesn't limit our career opportunities in the future. Tapos, for my future career naman, actually, hindi ko pa sure. Pero, I think since bata pa ako, I've always wanted to manage my own business, ganyan. And I love to travel. So, siguro gusto ko yung career na parang ma-manage ko yung time ko according to how I want to. Tapos interesting fact about me, siguro na lang, nasa tapat ako ngayon ng Melchor Hall. So sa UP ako nagka-class. Tapos for the pizza, hindi rin ako super particular, pero siguro yung 4 cheese ng yellow cap. Yan lang.
Thank you so much. So you have face-to-face classes now. Tama ba?
Actually, wala po. Nakiki-feeling freshie lang ako sa org
Okay.
fair.
Org fair now. So,
Opo.
and then, ang gamit mo ba internet ng UP? Mabilis
Hindi pa ako nakakonect, sir.
Data. Yeah, okay, got it. Kasi parang back in our time, sobrang bagal ng internet sa UP. Parang Econ yata has the fastest wifi. Pero hindi namin alam yung password.
Oh. Hindi ko pa po na-set up yung Delnet daw. So.
Yeah, Delnet. Yeah, it's okay. So you'll have naman enough time. Thank you so much. So, yeah. And then last would be Zedric. Hi, good morning.
Hi everyone. So I'm Zedric Texon, but you can call me Zed. So bakit UP? Kasi other than the free tuition naman, I've always wanted to be a UP student. So alam ko yun naman that whichever college na pupuntahan ko, eventually lalabas din naman ako ng comfort zone ko. Kaya nung nakapasa ako, I already knew na sa UP talaga ako tutuloy. And I chose CBA because I know I'll enjoy and I'll fit in this specific community. And I'll be active, I'll be active in the CBA orgs, which should really help me decide on what field of business I really want to pursue in the future. So a fun fact about me is takot ako sa pusa. Kasi yung mukha nila, parang nainis lang sila lagi sa'yo. Kaya dati nung bata ako, paglabas ko ng CR, yung pusa ng pinsan ko, nakabang siya sa akin. So sinara ko agad yung pinto at linak ko agad. So, ayun, takot lang talaga ako sa kanila. So yung favorite pizza ko, wala naman akong favorite, but I just, parang, kapag nandun yung scallop pizza na Shakey's, parang natutuwa ako kasi nakakaiba siya. Kasi hindi rin ako nauumay agad, unlike other pizzas out there. So ayun lang, thank you.
Thank you so much, Zed. So actually, tama what Clarence mentioned. So if you're afraid of mga cats, parang stay away sa mga AS or sa mga hindi, sorry mo lang faculty. Pero yeah, daming pusa, as in parang kumakain ako sa AS one time, tapos parang may isang pusa parang went to my lap kasi humingi siya ng pagkain. Tapos I had to cut class kasi every time na nilift ko siya, parang nararamdaman ko yung claws niya sa pants ko. So yun, parang baka watch out na lang. Pero mababait naman sila. Parang clingy lang. Yeah. And then, yeah. Yun. So I think that's it. Did I miss anyone else? Parang wala naman. Yeah. So, okay. Thank you so much, everyone. So, alam ko medyo that took a while, but super important for us to get to know each other. Really appreciate you sharing. Hopefully, we have more like sessions like these in the future. So, next we can just, for the last 15 minutes, we'll just quickly go through lang what accounting is, what's the syllabus, etc., etc. So, just wanted to make sure everyone can see the screen again. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So sabi ni Jor, okay, got it. Yeah. So actually, so parang nung kami, mga profs ko, yung co-profs ko for 99, nag-isip kami ng magandang parang mema question for introduce yourself section. And parang yung iba, parang what's your celebrity look like? And then ako parang, what's like a fun thing to ask? Well, ako kasi, I love cooking and one of my favorites is pizza. So I actually chose this as a parang question because of two things. So number one, I don't know if you saw in the type form, pero part of the grade component is exercises. So 10% yon. And then I know the parang online classes, parang syempre, take it at your own pace. Pero as much as possible, within the next 2 months before the midterms, I'm hoping na at least one time lang, one people would recite kahit one time lang. So my incentive for the class is, if at least once everyone recites, so all 20 of you recites, during your face-to-face midterms and also your exams, so parang half-half yun. So kaya, one round, if everyone can do one round of recit, I'll libre pizza during the face-to-face class. And then I'll pick na lang based on what people were saying. So shakies siguro or like SNR. So if we meet the quota, I'll just have a poll again in our OVLE or in email. But that's what I can commit. So number one, free pizza for everyone. Pag everyone just recites at least once. Yun. And then second, I wanted to use it as a springboard to relate to accounting. So don't know if you noticed, pero I was trying to ask you your favorite pizza because I was trying to ask you, ano ba yung criteria natin? What makes the best pizza? Is it a personal preference? Is it the flavors? Is it how cheesy it is? Is it how affordable it is? Is it the crust? Is it the shape? But in essence, in the culinary world, there is no objective way to determine what makes the best pizza. Like there's no standard council of pizza tasting or pizza ranking in the world, right? So we may have our own personal criteria, but there's no objective standard. There's no scorecard na parang if you line up all the pizzas in the world from Philippines to Italy to US, and then i-rank mo sila or i-compare and contrast mo, it would be hard kasi it's very subjective. There's no objective standard. There's no international council. There's no scorecard to base your decisions on. And in pizza or in food in general, that's okay because wala naman parang regardless kung cheese yan or Hawaiian, wala namang mamamatay or parang wala namang go bankrupt because of those decisions, right? But for businesses that run the world, it's super essential to have a scorecard in order for you to make your decisions. Be it as you're part of the company, what are you gonna do in terms of your profits, or as an investor, or as a customer, it's super important na alam mo whether a business is good or not, right? And in essence, accounting is like a universal scorecard. So if people ask me, what is accounting basically? It's a universal scorecard in a way na it's a way for you to objectively assess and compare businesses. And the reason why we're able to do this is that it's conceptually consistent, meaning the same transactions will be treated the same way regardless of your industry. So basically, may mga rules naman yan on how to score a company. And usually, your universal scorecard is in the form of what you call financial statements. So if you're an investor, if you're a manager, you always go back to your financial statements. You'll be able to derive information to make your decisions. So basically, that's accounting in a nutshell. Now, let's go to the 99.1 walkthrough. So quickly, let's just go through the syllabus. So in the course description, it says that this is basically a course that deals with the fundamental concepts, principles, and techniques for the identification, measurement, communication of accounting information. But in essence, BA99.1 is accounting 101. So basically, it's accounting fundamentals. And basically, what is accounting but comprised of three major events? You identify the transactions that you need to account for. Second, you need to know how to record them in the form of a journal entry. But ultimately, the goal of accountants is for us to communicate key financial information in order for people to make business decisions. And therefore, In terms of our course goals, there's just basically three. And again, another framework is, it's basically BAA. Na number one, we want you to broaden your understanding of the business context para you understand why accounting is important. And then second, we want you to be masters at accounting for transactions. And then last, we want you to analyze the financial statements in such a way that you can apply it in your real life. So be it in marketing, be it in your side business, be it in law, be it even in running restaurants. We want you to be able to analyze financial informations. We want you to be able to be the masters of the fate of the businesses that you run. So for the textbook, we're gonna be using Accounting Principles 2019 edition. So officially, I think you can inquire sa JPA where to get them, or parang you try to find it online, may mga copies, or baka yung mga batch reps or upper batch have a copy. Sorry. Not very particular with the edition. Minimal naman yung revision. So just make sure na whatever we're discussing, consistent siya with the book. So the first question is, how do we maximize this book? So in essence, I want you to treat accounting in three separate parts. So number one, pre-lecture. So basically before Thursday. For example, we're tackling chapter 1 on Thursday. To maximize the book, ideally, read the chapter. Pero given na limited yung time nyo with other subjects, at the very least, familiarize yourself with the learning objective. So parang try to create like a mind map on what are the key concepts that you're about to learn. Second, during the lecture, basically, I will try to condense all the information in the chapter in a very practical way. So the goal is for you to absorb the concepts and then take note of the class examples. So really dive into ano ba yung mga underlying theories, underlying frameworks na we're using in class. And then last would be the most important, which is post-lecture. So answer the exercises that will be given for grades, obviously. And then answer exercises from Waygun. So this is extra on top of the UP. So for example, chapter 1 has around 30 exercises. So usually kasi the most common complaint with 99 is, hindi ko gets, parang pag sa class, sobrang dali nung straightforward nung ano. Pero pag sa quiz, parang sobrang complex niya. But in essence, all of the things that we teach you is something that you can apply in order to answer complex problems. And therefore, in class, what we're honing in would be the basic concepts. Pero for you to be able to tie it together, or para hindi kayo ma-shock on how difficult it is, I really encourage you to at least answer the problem sets A and problem sets B of Waygun. Because yun yung comprehensive, yun yung mahirap. So that pag nagka-quiz na, mamaniin nyo na lang kasi sanay na kayo dun sa question type eh. So, note, quizzes and exams will be harder than the problem sets because we're training you to analyze novel situations, not memorize how to solve set question types. So, talagang sipag na lang in terms of answering. So now, the initial pushback is, ang dami naman ng 30 exercises every week. So my tip for you is, if hindi nyo masagutan lahat, be smart with your time. Know how to identify different question types. So for example, your first 3 brief exercises for chapter 1 is BE11, 12, and 13. So nasagutan nyo na si 11. And then basahin nyo si 12. And then you ask yourself, is this the same question type or not? Parang will I learn something new if I answer this? So when you analyze 11 and 12, pareho lang siya eh. It's just asking you to fill in the accounting equation. Yung isa naka-formula form, yung isa naka-paragraph form. So kung wala akong time, I'll skip 1, 2, and I'll go to 1, 3. So that's my challenge for you. Na in your Waygun exercises, that would be your personal commitment. Kung how many exercises you'll do on your own time aside from the exercises that we'll be giving. So for me, the one who will get the highest grade in the class isn't the smartest. It's the one who answered the most exercises. So one of my favorite accounting profs mentioned this once, na don't stop practicing until you get the exercises right. Stop only when you could never get it wrong. Kasi iba, so quizzes natin will be electronic, so online, but our exams would be face-to-face. Ngayon, pag ginawa nyo lang one time, may halong kaba kasi yung sa exams eh. So baka biglang mawala. So repeat until it's second nature. So that sa exams, kahit nakabahan kayo, nandun pa rin yung foundations nyo in terms of answering. Next, in terms of grading scheme, how do you get an uno? So I don't know if this is a good or bad thing, but this is the course breakdown. Basically, you have three major components. One would be your long exam, comprised of 60%. So broken down into long exam 1 and long exam 2, 30-30. Then you have your quizzes at 30%, at 15 apiece, and then exercises at 10%. So right now, I'm telling you, hindi ako nananakot because of this grading scheme. And I apologize because as much as possible, we wanted to give more long tests. Kasi, syempre, from a perspective of students, ayaw natin na mas maraming exams, right? But in truth, because mas maraming exams, mas more chances ka to learn or from your parang failures, if ever that happens, right? But given na dalawa lang yung exams natin, these exams will make or break your 99.1. So talagang for me, pakiusap ko is please, please, please invest in a lot of time so that you'll be able to do well on your face-to-face long exam 1. And how do you do that? Number 1, by doing the exercises religiously. Number 2, doing well on your quizzes. Kapag mataas yung quiz nyo, don't be overconfident, pero at the same time, that's a good indicator na you'll be able to at least pass the exam. Kasi, yun, talagang malaki yung components. And then my second suggestion is, mag-ipon na kayo. Parang do well na in the first exam kasi mahirap maghabol sa second exam. Part of BAA, parang meron kaming grade cut-off. And then usually, parang may mga batchmates ako naghahabol. And then aside from the hirap na nga nung lessons, sobrang na-challenge pa sila kasi kinakabahan ka pa, right? So ideally, what I'm asking you is for you to do well in terms of your first exam. So that sa second exam, you'll have more confidence in answering. So now, we set the date na. So kindly take note, November 5, first exam, January 7, second exam. And then, yun, it's gonna be face-to-face, so already block it off, please. And then if may conflict, kindly let me know na within the week. So that we can advise you what to do. Pero let's book it na. We won't, so that everyone's clear. And then quickly going through, number 1, resource materials will be uploaded in Uvle. So you'll be responsible for checking Uvle regularly. But right now, all of the courses will be sent through email. So the email thread na I sent, that will be our pseudo Uvle before siya matapos. Next, quizzes. A quiz will be given after each topic, so roughly around every week may quiz. And then it's gonna be submitted via Uvle with the given deadline. Kindly take note of the deadlines because failure to submit would be 0. Next, exams. So again, there are 2 exams. It will be conducted in person. So the schedule of our BA99, since we're already reserving it, November 5, January 7, will take priority. And then again, this is face-to-face. So learn how to solve both online and also manually. Mahirap gumawa ng financial statements na sinusulat. So I suggest na do it online and also manually. By the way, I think 11:30 na. So for those na might have to leave, feel free to do so for another class. I will upload the recording rin naman in a G Drive. Yeah, and then actually last few minutes naman on my end. So next, class activities. So on our end, in order to support you, we decided to include exercises at 10% para bumaba yung allocation for the long exams. So hopefully, sagarin nyo na to, sulitin nyo na yung 10%. So just regularly submit your exercises on time and then be active in recitation because that will also be part of the class activities. For emergencies, for example, knock on wood, nagkasakit or anything, make sure na you follow 2 requirements. Number 1, there should be a valid reason. Usually we ask for documentation. And then second, you should inform us before the start of the quiz. Not during, not at the end, but before. So that we'll be able to take it account. If you don't fulfill these 2 requirements, then that means now we won't be able to honor your excuse. And it will lead to a grade of 0 or you missing the requirement. Next, I think matatanda naman na tayong lahat. Formal rule number 1 pet peeve sa UP, no cheating. So anybody caught cheating will be automatically be given a score of 0. And then in BA, we're very strict. So we're gonna be pursuing also other penalties aside from like the numerical So including suspension, graduating with honors, or having a file case against you. Then finally, for final grades, very objective. Any grade you can compute by yourself because of the grade breakdown. So take note lang of the lapse of period, objection period when it comes to the grades. And then lastly, final grades, deadline for dropping is November 23. So what we can commit to you as your professors is that by November 23, we'll be able to give you 50% of your grade so that you can decide whether you want to drop or not. Pero knock on wood, sana hindi. So actually, yun lang naman for the syllabus. So the last thing I wanted to say was for you, for everyone, is it's a very exciting start to the SEM. So accounting may not save the world, but it might be the key to changing it. So in the Philippine context, like people mentioned, 1.4 trillion has been lost for the past 2 years to corruption. So now more than ever, we need financial transparency. And the ones that will be leading that discourse would be accountants and also other businessmen. So in the type form, I noticed na a lot of you mentioned Lenny Robredo as your idol or a person that you look up to. Well, fun fact about her, her first ever bill na she filed was this called the Fiscal Disclosure Bill. And then what she initially planned as her first executive order was all about financial transparency. That's how crucial it is na people get educated about the finance and accounting, because that runs the world, that drives poverty, that drives growth for our economy. Particularly in a post-pandemic bounce back, right? In a recession. And in your role in terms of societal issues, what we envision for you as BA students is that as scholars ng bayan, we really want you to be the next generation leader. And that means that one of your tall tasks is really to redefine capitalism, to focus not only on the margins or the profits, but to be more holistic and focus on the people that we serve. But at the end of the day, before you can even play the game that is capitalism, before you can even play around with the businesses, what you need to know is to have a really good grasp on knowing the rules and how the world works. And because of this is why I believe, and this is why I'm very passionate about 99.1. Because at the end of the day, accounting is the language of business. And it's really the basis of every business decision made. Whether it's measuring the business activity, and also communicating to the decision makers, be it your customers, your managers, be it you as employees, as future lawyers, as future pilots, as future people who are running businesses. You'll always use accounting because it's always going to be the language of business. And how we speak or how we communicate will dictate what will happen in the world in the next few years. So I hope na you're very excited, and I welcome you to BA99.1. Hopefully, in terms of like navigating through the foundation, we'll have a very challenging but very rewarding time. So thank you so much. So apologies, nag-extend lang ng 5 minutes. But for those that are still here, I'm opening the floor for any questions or clarifications. Kung may mga takot kayo, may mga horror stories, may requests, now's the time to really air it out. Yeah, so I'm opening the floor for anyone that might have any questions. For those that have none, you can do a thumbs up so that I'd know na there's no questions or clarifications from your end. Okay, so okay sila Lance and LV, Clarence. Okay, so I think now's a good time. So for the next meeting, so we'll meet on Thursday. Like what I mentioned, I'll send whatever you need to do, but we'll finally start talking about 99.1, chapter 1 of our week Gantt. For those that have no books, yun, parang kindly let me know so that I can also coordinate with our professors on how to best support you with that. Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone. Yeah, sorry. Sky or Anna, might have questions.
Sir, may tanong po sa chat.
Sorry. Thank you so much, Sky. Okay. Sorry. So Anna has questions pala. Okay. For the PPT earlier, I don't know, I haven't checked personally kung ano yung 19th edition. Pero that's the one I'm using. Yun yung itsura ng cover ko. Yeah. Sorry. So, departmental exam, correct. No, our exams will be on Saturdays. So, November 5 siya. And then, 9 a.m. po. Correct, Anna. Yeah. Yeah. Was I able to answer? Yeah. So, yeah. So, to recap, for the book, again, we're not very particular with the edition. Just make sure na whatever we're discussing in class, same siya. But for the cover na I showed, that's the one na I'm using. And then, second, for the final dates of exam, November 5, January 7, Saturdays. Yun. Yeah. What else? Ayan. Thank you so much. Yeah. So that's it. Thank you so much everyone for taking the time for joining the class. Want to see you on Thursday, and good luck with all of your other classes. Good luck kung may mga face-to-face classes na rin kayo. Yeah. And looking forward to a very fun semester with you guys. Yeah. Thank you.